Live with a steady superiority over life. Don't be afraid of misfortune, and do not yearn after happiness. It is, after all the same. The bitter doesn't last forever, and the sweet never fills the cup to overflowing. It is enough if you don't freeze in the cold, and if thirst and hunger don't claw at your insides. If your back isn't broken, if your feet can walk, if both arms can bend, if both eyes see, and if both ears hear, then whom should you envy, and why? Our envy of others devours us most of all. Rub your eyes and purify your heart, and prize above all else in the world those who love you and who wish you well. Do not hurt them or scold them, and never part from any of them in anger. After all, you simply do not know. It might be your last act before your arrest, and that will be how you are imprinted in their memory. End quote. Anyone guess it? Let's see. Let me scroll through the chat. Okay, someone got it. Pharaoh Phoenix got it. It's from the book The Gulag Archipelago by Aleksandr Solzhenitsyn. And I just shared a couple of quotes that were pretty mild, just to give you an indication of where we are. We're in a stage of human history that is what I would call a medical gulag. We are not in a gulag like in the Soviet Union where we're all locked up in concentration camps. No, through the dictates, through the orders of the scientists, the atheists, the nihilists, through those who lie constantly, through those who are controlled by those with capital, those who have the money to fund all the scientists, to fund the institutions, to fund the WHO. Through them, they have imprisoned us in our home, and they have forced us to do ineffective behaviors to socially engineer us into complying in a way that increases their power and maintains their grip over us and in fact tightens it. So we are in the medical gulag. That is the Gulag 2.0, because the first Gulag 1.0, if you know your history, was very expensive and hard on a society to maintain. They couldn't maintain it for a long time. When Stalin died, it kind of fell apart. But now Satan, he has come up with a new idea. Now, instead of the danger being evil capitalists and the wreckers, now the threat is the virus. The fear is death itself. And to alleviate that fear of death, you must enter the medical gulag. You will put that face mask on, or we will fine you. We will send you to jail. You will not get close to other human beings. You will order food at the supermarket or at the restaurant through a plexiglass, talking to a piece of glass with a mask on. You will not go to work. You will stay home. You will not do 90% of the behaviors that you used to do, even if they weren't wrong. And you will do this indefinitely. And we will not allow you out again unless you can prove that you are not something like a walking gun, a walking knife that's going to kill granny and grandpa up and down the main street. And we're going to monitor you on your phone, make sure we know where you are, and you're going to download this digital certificate, and you're going to show that whenever you want to enter a place with a lot of people, if you want to enjoy a concert, if you want to fly. And then after that, once our vaccine comes out, you're going to have to get that if you want the full rights that you believe you should have, but those rights are going to pale in comparison to what you did have before the medical gulag came upon you. And wouldn't you know that the virus that is the bringer of death, that we have groomed you to fear nonstop, it changes every year. It is rapidly mutating. So you will have to get revaccinated year after year after year. And you better show that you're through your digital certificate, which, there's a lot of bugs in that. It's not that convenient. We're going to have to change that into a handy chip. But don't worry, it's a quantum tattoo. And it's going to be, there's no health effects, and it gives you instant access to all those Ariana Grande concerts that you want to go to. And we're going to do all that, and we're going to tighten our fists more and more, because you have no faith. You have no purpose in life except to experience the pleasures of today. You have nothing higher to live for. So we are going to control you like the slave you are, the slave that you always were, but one that we're just making it very clear that you are, because we are scared ourselves of losing our own power. And through this wonderful idea of the medical gulag, our boot will be stamped on your face masked face for all eternity.